Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I am working on a double page 6x12 pocket page layout, but the layout on the left hand side will actually be a full 6x12. I'm not using that paper, that's the back of the previous layout. It is green, but it doesn't quite match what I want, so I think I will be looking for some other stuff. But I also do have this card ready to go. I got this in a New York specific set of digital files, and I knew I wanted to use it for this, so I have that. But I don't have a background yet. I'm thinking maybe something blue to bring out the water here. And then I have these 4 photos that I can disperse on the other side, so I'm not quite sure of the arrangement yet. These we were just kind of walking along the paths. This one was of the pond area here, and then a map that was by, I think that's by Belvedere Castle. So I have all of those. Since I only have 4 photos though for this side, that means I have to find 2 pocket cards, and I think I might have some that are New York specific that will work, but I'm not positive. I may have to go into some general travel stuff, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I went into my stash of New York pocket cards and I found 2 that I think I want to try to use. This is the first one. It says, walk, explore, wander, the best way to experience a city. That is especially true for New York because you're kind of in the concrete jungle, except when you're in Central Park. It's a very peaceful place, smack in the middle of all those buildings and all the craziness. So I thought that was appropriate, and the color's good. And then I pulled this one, Big City Adventure, and it actually says, I just noticed concrete jungle there, and I can talk about what I just said, that you kind of almost forget that you're in a huge city like that when you're in Central Park. And I like that it's got the blue that I want to try to work in over here. So that really makes me think I do need to find a blue background. I thought about gray, but there's too much gray in the sidewalks and buildings already. Plus this has a gray background. I think that would be too much. I really think I need to go with this blue. I have laid out the photos and pocket cards on the right hand side, and I think this may be the configuration that I go with, but I reserve the right to change my mind because I don't even know how I'm doing this side. I may do it this way. I may switch it so that Central Park is towards the top, which is effectively becomes the title here, and then do it this way. I'm not sure, but I think this is what I'm going to do on the right side for now. And then over here, I'm still on the hunt to find the background paper. I went into my 6x12 papers to find out what I have that might match here. And I like this one. It's not exactly the color of this card over here, but I like that it's a little bit more muted than the blue you see here. It makes this blue stand out a little bit more, I think. And the sky isn't blue. It was rainy that morning, so it was very gray. And I think that gives a nice definition between the paper and the sky here. But it still works with what's over here. It matches this. It's got the blue in the water. There's a man in a blue shirt sticking out here. So I think I can get away with that. My only thing is that on this left-hand side, I think that I may ink the edges around here in a gray ink, just so it stands out a little bit more from the background. I have pulled out this ink from Stampin' Up. This is Smoky Slate. And this is the gray I like the best. It's a nice mid-tone. It's not like super dark and charcoal, but it's not so light that you can't see it. So I'm just going to give a little bit of a look there. Hopefully you can see that. That's what I want around the edges. Just for a little definition. Sometimes I ink, sometimes I don't. When I was doing 12x12 layouts as my standard, I inked a lot around edges. I just felt like it needed it in that big space. But when I have a smaller layout like this where it's not traditional 12x12, I don't feel like it's always needed. Here though, I think it would be helpful. Yes, glad that I did it there. I'm actually going to do a little bit more on this edge just so that the blue in that water stands out. There we go. All right, so I'm happy with that. And again, that's the Smoky Slate. In looking at this, I do think I'm actually going to keep it this way. I like that it says Central Park and that's toward the top because it will serve as the title, like I mentioned before. So actually, I think I'm going to adhere that right now and just get it done. And I want to leave a little bit left towards the top so that I can overlap some kind of embellishment up there. So I think I want to go maybe about like that. I think that's pretty good. And I'll put the picture below. I'm not going to make them flush to each other. I want a little bit of space in between so that you can see that polka dot paper. So maybe one little line of polka dots is good enough. So maybe like that. Did I not get enough adhesive on there? Oh, there we go. I just didn't push down hard enough. There we go. Okay. So there's that one. That leaves me enough space to overlap something here. I could do another title if I wanted. I doubt I would, but I have the room. I can find something for up there. And then down here, it leaves me the room to do an embellishment that overlaps the photo, a larger one maybe. I could stamp, I could write, do some journaling. I have lots of options there. And then on this side, I have to start working on what to do to add to the photos over here. All right, I have pulled out a bunch of stickers. Some are specific to New York, some are not. So you can see I kind of have some. Here are the New York ones. Then I've got just some general travel that I thought might have some phrases on there I could use. And then I have these, which I know I have the green and the blue, so something there might match. There's a green. Oh, it's just the one side on this one. I have used almost all of this. Good job, me. And then I have these, which are chipboard stickers from Bambi. And I've had these a long time, so if I could use out some of these too, that would be awesome. So right off the bat, I could see that in those Bambi stickers, me and my big ideas, that the green was perfect for these photos. And I think I want to use this. It's a big phrase, and I might not have an opportunity after this to really use those well because I don't do 12 by 12. So I have to find a way where it's going to fit on a wider layout. And so this one that's 6 by 12 would kind of be perfect, I think. And I do think I want to overlap it just a little bit there, like so that it's into the blue, but a little bit over the photo. I think having it centered down here alone is just too similar to what's up here. So I don't want to do that. But a little overlap, a little off center. I think that's a good way to start over here. Sorry, I have an alarm going off. So I think I'm going to do that. And then I have others that use both the green and the blue. And I might be able to figure out a way to work those in. I don't want it to all be green and blue. I could work in black. I obviously have gray. I just don't want it to look like all one thing. So I'll start with this and then I'll decide what else could I work in that works with the color scheme. I actually decided to mix this up a little bit when I started putting the stickers on there. When I put the first part on there, I liked it, but then I thought it might make it more visually interesting to kind of stagger them. And it fills up some of this space down here. So I like that a lot. So I've done it this way. It still leaves me room where I could maybe stamp a little phrase down here or something, or have another little embellishment that overlaps the bottom or something. So I have options still, but I do like that it's staggered. So I'm looking at this sheet of that same sticker pack, the chipboard stickers, and I like the idea of point A and point B. So I thought maybe I could just put one here and one over here somewhere just to show, you know, that we entered, actually, you know what, point A would be here. We entered on the east side and then walked over to the lake. We didn't really go beyond that. So that might be the way to do it. Let's see here. So I could do, or I could even go this way. So similarly to the bottom, it overlaps on the top a bit. I like that. And then here's point B. And I could go, let's see if that's there. I could do it right here. I like it. I like the dimension. I like that it adds a little black in there. I'm very happy with that. I was just looking at these stickers and I realized I could do something else that involves these. So I have the right here, and then I could do the one that says walk, because we were walking through here. This card also mentions walk. Now, if I put that on there though, then I may want to move this so that walk and walk aren't next to each other. But it makes sense to say right here, walk. So I think I'm going to do it. And by the way, these stickers are very old as well. Oh, they're attached. I did not realize that. Okay, so I will have to cut that because it's all one phrase. So we'll just do that. There we go. I'll hang on to the other one, and now I can put this one on there. So let's see if I want, yeah, maybe like right there. I love it. And you know what? It also gives me a visual triangle with the black elements. 1, 2, 3. I like it. All right, so after I did that, I decided to switch up the right side a little bit so that the two walks wouldn't be next to each other. So I've rearranged some of the photos and cards to look like this, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go with this arrangement. I'm actually going to put these 3 things in their pockets right now because I know I'm not going to do anything else with them, and it's helpful to have them not sliding around. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back. I'm looking at these stickers, and I like this one down here that says more of this because it's got the blue background, plus it's got green for the font. So that's pretty perfect. So I'm going to take that out, and I think I'm going to put it right down here over the sidewalk area because that's kind of boring. It's wasted space. Nothing's really happening there. And I could bring in some color, some other interest. I want it right, I think I want it right here over the gray. Yeah, just like that. All right. That's probably all I'll do with that one. So really it's just this, and I can't have anything down here. It'd be too close to this stuff. So I think I'll have to do something either hanging off the top or a phrase label from the left-hand side, something like that. I've decided to use this sheet again, and I pulled off this sticker, and I like it for the same reasons I like the other one. It's got a blue background, but it's got the green writing on it. I like that it's got a little bit of a scripty font there because it mimics this, even though it's font. This is font, but it just makes me think of little loops and things. So I thought, well, maybe that'll fit. And I think I'm going to do it right here in this upper left because there's nothing happening. It's just leaves. Might as well do something with it. There we go. And that's my friend walking right there. So I caught her from behind, and I like that. So let's see. I'm happy with that. I do feel like I need something up here. It feels blank. Maybe I'll stamp something small, probably in black if I do it, just so that these kind of match. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. So I'll put those cards in the pocket over here, and I'll figure out what I'm going to stamp. I've decided to use this stamp set, and this is one I haven't had that long. It's called Getaway. It's from Kelly Perky from this year, 2020. And I want to use this building stamp and tuck it behind this card. It is not completely glued down right there, which is awesome. I didn't plan it that way, but it works out great. So I'm going to try to lift it up a little bit and tuck this under there. If for any reason it doesn't work and I make a mistake, I can stamp it on white paper and still tuck it underneath there. All right, I was able to make it work. I just have a couple of the tops of those buildings peeking out, and I love that. And when I'm looking at this, I think it's done. I don't think I need to add anything else. So thanks for sticking with this one about Central Park, and here's another one done for New York. Thanks for watching.